billions of dollars worth of damage occurred, with a seemingly endless landslide in Argentina nearly swallowing a group of hikers. A wild tornado in northern China kept everyone on edge, while catastrophic floods left a house floating downstream. These events unfolded in Yellowstone National Park. Here are 10 shocking natural disasters caught on camera. Number 10. Mount Stromboli, one of Italy's 4 active volcanoes, stands on its own island in the Tyrrhenian Sea, just off the north coast of Sicily. According to Greek mythology, it's believed to be the home of the 3 sons of Helen, Poseidon, and Hephaestus, a notion modern Italians equate to the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. Its frequent nighttime eruptions draw tourists from across the globe, with a notable daytime eruption captured by a live webcam on August 28, 2019. Despite the camera's microphone being overwhelmed by Stromboli's roar, the video continued uninterrupted, a testament to the volcano's allure. While Stromboli typically exhibits mild explosive activity, the summer of 2019 witnessed some of the most violent eruptions in a century. Massive eruptions on July 3 and August 28 prompted close scrutiny from volcanologists, particularly due to the proximity of 2 island villages to the active crater. These villages, normally home to fewer than 500 residents, swell to 5,000 during the summer tourist season. Although Stromboli generally presents a safe spectacle, the unpredictable nature of active volcanoes warrants constant vigilance. Number 9. Kangen, situated in central Java, Indonesia, boasts a population of approximately 73,000 and is renowned for its tropical rainforest-like climate, common throughout Southeast Asia. However, this climate renders the town highly vulnerable to heavy rainstorms and potent winds originating from both the Java Sea and the Indian Ocean. On November 6, 2022, amidst one of these formidable storms, local security guard Bang Roy stood watch at his post for bank jading, tasked with safeguarding the bank against potential robberies. As the tempest intensified, Royce found himself powerless against the ferocious wind and ceaseless rain. Recalling the sudden onset of the storm, Royce described how it raged for 15 minutes before finally relenting, leaving a darkened sky in its wake. Reports later revealed the extensive damage inflicted by the extreme weather, with hundreds of homes and offices suffering harm. Toppled trees became hazards, landing on vehicles and rooftops, yet miraculously, no injuries resulted from falling debris. Nonetheless, the storm's impact led to widespread power outages, disrupting daily life until electricity was restored later that night. Number 8. If you're embarking on a hike in central Argentina, don't miss the Aconcagua Provincial Park in Mendoza Province, nestled in the majestic Andes Mountains. This park attracts adventurers of all kinds, offering opportunities for skiing, climbing, and hiking amidst breathtaking mountain scenery. However, visitors must remain vigilant for potential hazards, such as landslides. On January 24, 2016, a group of hikers encountered a harrowing experience while crossing a stream. Their guide, Pei, detected an ominous sound resembling an airplane overhead, despite the sky being clear. Recognizing the telltale sign of an imminent landslide or avalanche, he swiftly instructed everyone to flee to safety. Pei, an experienced guide for Aconcagua Provincial Park, remained vigilant as he assisted a woman across the stream, scanning the surroundings for any signs of danger. Although no aircraft appeared, the threat persisted, prompting an agonizing wait for a secure passage. Eventually, the landslide subsided, allowing Julian and his team to guide the group to safety. This ordeal left an indelible impression on the hikers, forever altering their perception of the sound of passing planes. Number 7. In June of 2021, numerous bridges in China faced dire circumstances due to heavy rainfall triggering extensive flooding throughout the country. Ping Prefecture-level city in Fujian province witnessed particularly severe conditions, with water levels in Mayan Creek purportedly reaching record highs. The ensuing floodwaters surged downstream, depositing a mass of debris next to a steel bridge, including trees, planks, slats, and branches, resembling a makeshift dam obstructing the structure. Under mounting pressure, the bridge ultimately succumbed, snapping under the strain. Despite being constructed as recently as 2017, the nearly 500-foot bridge proved unable to withstand the force of the floodwaters. Fortunately, no attempts were made to cross the bridge when its foundations failed. Remarkably, this bridge was not the only one to collapse in China that day. Roughly 2 hours north, in the village of Kao, a pontoon bridge also failed under the immense pressure of the floods. Fortunately, no injuries were reported in either collapse, highlighting the resilience of the affected communities in the face of natural disasters. Number 6. On August 23, 2017, mainland China was struck by Typhoon Hato, which made landfall in Jiangmen, a prefecture-level city in Guangdong Province, affecting approximately 2.5 million residents. The storm unleashed winds reaching 90 miles per hour, accompanied by sand and torrential rains that inundated the streets. Unsecured objects were mercilessly swept away by the powerful gusts, as captured in several videos from Zhuhai City, illustrating the magnitude of Hato's force. According to the South China Morning Post, it marked the most potent storm to hit the region in over 18 years. Zhuhai, located in close proximity to Hong Kong, suffered severe damage alongside its neighboring city. The impact of Typhoon Hato resulted in the cancellation of hundreds of flights, submerged vehicles up to their roofs in water, and extensive flooding in low-lying areas. The typically illuminated skylines of both cities were engulfed in darkness following the storm's passage. At its peak, Typhoon Hato struck China with wind speeds exceeding 115 miles per hour, toppling several cranes from skyscrapers and overturning 18-wheelers with ease. Once the tempest subsided, residents resorted to navigating the flooded streets using canoes. The total damage inflicted by the storm amounted to approximately $6.4 billion across southern China. Number 5. On June 24, 2020, a massive tornado passed by Silent Heart, a small city in Inner Mongolia, China. Observers in the rural districts witnessed its descent from the sky, where it assumed the classic color and shape of a tornado, picking up dirt and debris along its path. The tornado displayed changes in color and shape about halfway down, indicative of its force and intensity. Fortunately, no injuries or significant damage were reported as it traversed the countryside and eventually dissipated later on. Number 4. Camarines Norte, a province on Luzon, the largest island in the Philippines, sits on the bank of the Philippine Sea, leaving the rest of the country exposed to powerful typhoons. Families had been without power for a few days, with only a week passing since Typhoon Goni wreaked havoc, destroying thousands of homes across the Philippines and tearing down power poles. Repair teams were dispatched to fix the damage once the storm subsided, managing to restore power. However, by midday on November 12, Typhoon Vamco struck, leaving hundreds of thousands of families throughout the city without power or internet, many stranded in their homes without access to food or supplies. In the end, Typhoons Vamco and Goni caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, ranking among the costliest in Philippine history. Number 3. In June 2022, Montana Lieutenant Governor Kristen Juras declared a statewide disaster due to catastrophic flooding, particularly impacting Yellowstone National Park. Heavy rainfall in the area, combined with melting snow, led to widespread flooding, resulting in the destruction of several roads, bridges, and unfortunate homes. Gardiner, Montana, a small community with around 800 residents, bore a significant brunt of the Yellowstone floods. On June 13, as the floodwaters began to recede, locals gathered to witness the surreal sight of a house floating downstream. Nicole Perez, employed by the National Park Service and residing in employee housing for the past 5 years, was among those affected. Along with 4 other families, they watched in disbelief as their home drifted away, eventually sinking almost entirely beneath the water. Concerned onlookers near the bridge spotted the Perez home, submerged almost to the roofline. Compounding the situation, Highway 89 was completely submerged, cutting off access to and from the town, leaving tourists stranded and locals unable to reach essential services like grocery stores. Couples like Ramona and Nicole had to rely on assistance from friends and neighbors during this challenging time. Number 2. Lufeng, a coastal city east of Hong Kong in China, lies along the shores of the South China Sea, rendering it susceptible to typhoons during the stormy season. On July 9, 2015, the 10th named storm of the summer season, Typhoon Linfa, made landfall, albeit as only a tropical storm, categorized as a Category 1 typhoon at best. Despite its relatively modest classification, Linfa inflicted significant damage upon Lufeng City. Residents struggled to maintain their footing amidst wind speeds exceeding 106 miles per hour, with loose objects becoming projectiles in the tumultuous air. Despite the chaos, some managed to capture remarkable footage, showcasing the power and unpredictability of the storm. Fish were even observed swimming through cracks in the sidewalk, while plastic stools were swept away by the ferocious winds. Upon landfall, Typhoon Linfa also unleashed approximately 10.6 inches of rainfall across southern China, leaving nearly 400,000 people without power and displacing 56,000 others. The destructive force of the storm led to the collapse of hundreds of homes, resulting in a staggering damage toll estimated at around $213 million. Number 1. Standing over 12,000 feet tall, Mount Semeru holds the distinction of being the highest volcano on Java, Indonesia, referred to locally as Mahameru or the Great Mountain due to its steep slopes. With a history marked by numerous eruptions between the 19th and 20th centuries, Semeru remains highly active, erupting continuously since April 2014, culminating in a significant event on December 4, 2021. This eruption, suspected to have been triggered by the collapse of the summit crater's lava dome following heavy rainfall, resulted in a colossal explosion, generating an ash plume whose reported height varied between 7 and 28 miles. The devastation wrought upon the villages below was profound, leading to urgent evacuations and rescue efforts as people sought refuge from the advancing ash. Homes and mosques were engulfed up to their roofs, trapping any inhabitants inside. This eruption, the largest in recent history for Semeru, displaced over 6,500 individuals by December 9, 2021, affecting 3 districts in East Java with hot ash and lava flows, causing avalanches, damaging close to 3,000 homes, and impacting 24 schools across the region. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another, be sure to click the link on screen now. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.